Well, in today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value a couple Price is Right toys. Now, I love the Price is Right so much. I have had a long history with the Price is Right, trying to be on that game show, and it hasn't happened for me just yet, but I think it will one day. Now, we've been to the LA studio several times and haven't got picked yet, but I think we've been so close to being picked, but I have been chosen 4 times on the traveling Price is Right game show version. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of 2 things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has 2 large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection. Then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, let's jump right in and see our Price is Right toys. Now, this is one of my newest purchases. It's the Price is Right Big Wheel, which I bought it off Etsy. It's custom made, and it was about $230, but I'm only gonna value it at $200. But you see, you spin the wheel and it makes noise, and I just wanted to see what I get. I got 60. So they have their little scoreboards here, and they have the 5s on the other side. So no matter what you spin, you can put your score at the top. So of course, if I was on this show, if I got 60 on my first spin, I'm probably gonna spin again to see what I would get. So let's see. All right, 15 did not go over. So that gives me a grand total of 75. So we'll put that 75 up there and see if the next contestant beats my score. So this would be contestant number 2 on the game show. They have to see if they beat 75. And oh, they got 95. So that's almost perfect. So most likely contestant number 2 will make their way to the Showcase Showdown. So then we would reset the board to 100, and we would let contestant number 3 spin. And their first spin, ooh, it's 55. So their second spin, too much. So they went over. So contestant number 2 would make their way to the Showcase Showdown. Now this is the next set I bought. Also, it was like $230, but I'm just gonna value it at about $200 because I love this show so much. But it's the end where you have the podiums where they're bidding on the showcase, and it came with like, I think 5 games maybe. I'll have to see. This is 2 games, and then it came with a clock game as well, and we get to spin around the little turntable, and it came with any number. And I've actually played any number on one of the times I was on the traveling Price is Right show, and I got all the numbers except 3, where there was 1 number on each one, and whatever number I picked was the prize I was gonna win. And I looked in the audience to see what they said, and I wanted to go with the 3, but I went with a 5 because someone in the audience told me to go with a 5, and I should have trusted my gut. So I ended up just winning $7.51 in the piggy bank. I could have won a giant TV, but I didn't because I didn't trust myself. But anyway, here's a couple more of the games that came with this set, and I just think the creator of this is just genius. I just love having this little miniature set in my collection of toys. And here's the last game it came with, Switcheroo. So it actually came with 7 games instead of 5, so that's really impressive, and they're just all so realistic. You know, also in my toy collection, I have this bobblehead of Drew Carey, and he's worth about $40 now. And I have the big doors from the Price is Right that I also got from the same Etsy person, and they're worth about $40. So I have a really cool replica of the Price is Right stage. I have this Price is Right mug, worth about $10. I have some Price is Right earrings that are worth about $6. I got off eBay, somebody made. Got these cool Price is Right coasters worth about $12. Price is Right belt buckle worth about $12. And this little big wheel pin worth about $8. This vintage Price is Right button worth about $3. And I'm going to wear it next time I go to the Price is Right to show them I'm old school. Got this little Drew Carey frame picture. It's worth about $2. And then another one with Bob Barker and the girls. The original girls worth about $2. Got this 1998 game that's worth about $25 still in the box. And we got a Price is Right tumbler worth about $8. We have this cool vintage postcard of Bob Barker that's worth about $12 the contestants would send to their families when they were on the show. And this Bob Barker rhinestone frame print worth about $6. And we have this vintage board game worth about $25. And we have a total of 3 of these brand new Price is Right live t-shirts from different times we went. And they're worth $15 each. We have this picture of myself and Ray when we were on the Price is Right in the audience. That's worth $8 million. Nah, it's not worth anything, but it sure was a fun experience that was priceless, basically. And I can't wait to do it again one day. This little Family Guy picture when Peter was on the Price is Right, signed by Drew Carey, it says, but I can't be sure. So it's worth about $5. I have a couple more pictures from the Price is Right frame worth about $2 each. Then we have a couple of these vintage yellow postcards of Bob Barker worth about $5 each. When you went to the show, you could mail those home to your friends to let them know what day you were going to appear on the show. Have this cool Bob Barker trading card, only worth about $3, but a pretty cool piece to have. Then we have this Rewind magazine with Bob Barker on the front. It's worth about $5. And then we have this Come On Down book that was written by the producer on how he picks contestants, and it's worth about $15. And we have another Price is Right game, and this one's worth about $25. And then we have a copy of the Bob Barker book, only worth about $6. It's kind of going down from what it was at first. Another Family Guy picture worth about $2. This really great picture of Drew Carey when he was so thin. It's framed, and it's worth about $15. And then we have a little mini car tag of the Price is Right that's worth about $6. Last but not least, we have a promotional picture of Drew by the big wheel that's worth about $10. So with our previous 219 episodes of Value in My Toy Collection, our total was $626,091. And now with this episode of all of our Price is Right toys and collectibles, we can add another $759 to our grand total, which makes our grand total for episode 220 $626,850. Now remember, I am no millionaire. I have just been collecting toys at garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, and even on eBay, and it's just accumulated to this big total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so enjoying making all these videos to see what my toys are worth and just seeing what all I have, because it's been on the shelf so long I can't remember. So if you want to see my toys up close, you can also follow us on Facebook under the Toy Vault of Mississippi. We'll see you at the next video.